Ron Harris here from MuscularDevelopment.com. Coverage of the Chicago Pro in Atlanta, brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. We just wrapped it all up, guys. 2 days of judging finals are all over. Real quickly, I'm going to tell you who won the divisions we had tonight. Women's bodybuilding was won by Sheena Olig, O-H-L-I-G, out of New Jersey. Fitness was won by Sarah Kovac, also from New Jersey. Good job, New Jersey, today. And of course, bikini, no surprise, Laura Lee Chapados, originally from Montreal, now living in
Vegas.
I want to say Vegas.
Yeah, I want to say too.
Everyone lives in freaking. You live in Vegas.
Yes. Yeah. I've seen her there, so I believe she does live there.
Okay. And of course, men's open bodybuilding was the big show that we were all waiting to see. Rolly, Hunter, Max, all these guys. Hunter did pull off the win. I remember about a week ago when we found out Rolly was in, 10 days ago, everyone was like, oh, Hunter is screwed. Everyone thought immediately there was no way Hunter could beat Rolly Winkler. But I said, let's see how Rolly looks. Let's see how Hunter looks. You never know. You can't make these predictions just because based on how people have looked at other shows, how they've placed in other shows. Every show is a new day. And that was the case today. So where do you want to start? You want to start
On that point what you said, people would just put the elite Olympia competitors for sure favorite. They don't realize that there is a new show every day and there's so many guys that they're so close, so you can go either way. I remember back in the day that we were flip-flopping, week to week. But just going into the show, obviously, Rolly Winkler, if you imagine his all-time best, then projected on stage he would be favored. But Hunter Labrada, people don't realize actually how big he is. I talked to his father. His father was competing in 185 and being second at Olympia, almost beating Lee Haney, right? And now when you project that structure, that aesthetics and shape into like 255 pounder, I think that's about how much he weighed. What I want to say about Hunter, and I told him briefly, just to really make a mark at Olympia, he would need to get this crisp dry conditioning. So he still didn't figure out, which, listen, a lot of times you try your best and it just didn't happen. It didn't happen today again, even though he, won deservingly. I mean, there's a lot of people that would, see the breadth on conditioning could beat him.
Yeah. Brett Wilkin.
Brett Wilkin, yeah. Brett Wilkin was surprised with the show. Great guy. You call it. I didn't see him placing that high. Even though I said that he resembled my physique, and so I think the shapely, aesthetic guy with the great condition awarded. It's great. Yeah. Obviously, I would be a somewhat biased coach, and a friend of Max Charles. I saw him much improved today. He had the better legs, better back, and conditioning was great. We made him pull because we were expecting Rolly and Hunter, to be a monsters like Hassan. Right. So Max always had this trademark hardness and striations, and but I wanted to make sure that he's full so he can match the size. And I was very pleased with how he looked, but he placed third.
It was the right call, though. You think bringing him in full was probably the right thing to do?
Yeah, I say, look, what do we appreciate? Aesthetics, yes, but then every bodybuilder is going for that freaky mass, just big shoulders, chest, most muscular, great arms, So, as I said before, true bodybuilding fans would love to and appreciate Max Charles' physique. I really think so. He, just like you said in the interview, he needed a little bit more sweep on the thighs, and he was criticized for his back. Yeah. Now, as you've seen, Lee Haney did the magic, a couple of little tricks, and made his back biceps pose appear way better. And his legs, I think that everybody noticed, how much he improved them.
Yeah. So I mean, how much more can Max improve? Because he's
so
40, 42 years old.
Yeah, that's listen. He resembles Dexter Jackson, doesn't he? And upper body, it's absolutely. And then now that lower body is coming on, and you can see there was clear separation and sweep to the thigh. He's only 41.
Okay.
Dexter was 51, so he has another 10 years on Dexter. Yes, so he can still improve. I mean, I'm a big fan of Max Charles' physique, and of course I always want him to win. Yeah. And I saw him potentially winning today. Really, after prejudging, I said it. You didn't think so.
No.
And,
the top three were very close. I still had Hunter based on a few different things, the shots.
Yeah.
I don't think it was. He didn't dominate the show where it was just Hunter and everybody else. But I think he was the rightful winner for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's talk about Shaban, because Shaban did not look that great a few hours ago at judging.
Yeah.
Definitely sharpened up quite a bit in just the span of three hours or so.
Yeah.
And got
3
into
hours.
4th place. I wouldn't
Just
have had
like
him in the top 5 after.
Yeah, in pre-judging wrap-up, I didn't put him in top 5.
I didn't. Did I? I don't think I had him in there either.
I had Raleigh 4th and Hassan 5th.
Yeah.
And he definitely improved big time. But the final show, get tighter, get drier. I told Shaban, you have complete physique. You have a round muscle belly, full chest, huge legs. Your conditioning last 3 shows, always a few days before you are much tighter and drier, and then you try to maybe get too big. Don't.
Yeah.
I really think that when you have a complete package, what you're going to gain with the few extra pounds, knowing the 3 or 4 last times you overspilled. So basically that's what it is, because if you see his conditioning, you know that he was super lean. He was even posting on Instagram, I want my skin to disappear. He was, remember? So he is super lean. When somebody is super lean, conditioning for the stage is not just this manipulation. Are you gonna go for carb loading? Are you gonna fill the glycogen? No, and are you gonna take the water out? So for him, as I suggested, he shouldn't go for any kind of loading.
So let's talk about Rolly. I hate to use the word disappointed, but when I've seen Rolly at other shows look just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like that 2018 Olympia, or when he won his first show, the New York Pro, his first pro win. He was amazing. And I'm not sure if his body's starting to go on him or if he didn't prep long. I don't know what the deal was, but this was not the Rolly that I know that was here today.
Yes, I mean, I'm a big fan of Rolly. I mean, as a bodybuilder and as a man.
Yeah.
I talked to him briefly. He actually thought that maybe he was not big enough.
Really?
Yeah, and I said, no, that's
he has been bigger though.
He has been bigger, and listen, Raleigh's trademark is that wings of strength. So he had really this V-taper, like crazy, round chest, round shoulders, crazy arms.
Right.
He needs to bring that. But I've seen him dramatically improve from Arnold Classic Ohio to Arnold Classic
Australia,
and he won. He beat William Boyniak, in great condition. It's not like William Boyniak being off,
Right.
So Steve, saw it. He judged, and he saw Raleigh beating, the William Boyniak.
Yeah.
That's how good he can be. So hopefully he's going to come to Tampa, and is Tampa? No.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks
away.
2 weeks away. Yeah.
I'm sure he wants to go to the Olympia.
Yeah, absolutely.
He needs to keep going.
He has everything. He just needs to get sharper. I mean, he's not that far off.
Yeah.
Stepping on the stage, you can see, it's not really, super dry and lean and everything else. But he was still holding on in some poses. And I'm sure that when people see the pictures, posted on Instagram, some could be a little filtered, and then it looked like, oh my God, he was on, but he was off and fading as prejudging was going. You could see that.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, he was letting his stomach go sometimes. He just wasn't. He didn't really seem that confident today. It seemed to me like, I'm sure he wasn't treating this like a warm-up show, but that's what it looked like to me. Like this was just a warm-up for some other show.
Yeah, I mean, he came here to qualify for Olympia, and it didn't happen because him going to Arnold Classic with the lineup that we have, it's not sure a win, right? So and the only winner gets the invitation, right, for the Olympia. So this was a show that he would probably count on, getting this invitation.
This should have been a pretty easy win. Rolly at his best would have destroyed the show.
That's what we think, right? But Rolly at his best and Hunter Labrada at his best, you have to really go pose by pose. You see, Hunter has more powerful legs. So from a balance perspective, upstairs, downstairs, front, back, sides, he is all there. I think that today we didn't see a good backside from Rolly here.
I mean, the Rolly that was third at the 2018 Olympia, that was people's champion.
Yeah.
I wish we had seen that Rolly today.
Absolutely.
That Rolly would have crushed the show.
Yeah.
No, that's no disrespect to Hunter or anybody else. He was damn good that year. I mean, a lot of people had him beating Phil Heath. They had him in second place that year at 2018 Olympia. Anyway,
I had him beat
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I did.
So rounding out top 6, let's get to Hassan, because Hassan, I thought he looked really good. He's still not 100%. I'm waiting and waiting for this guy to hit 100%.
Yes.
But I thought this is probably the best I've seen.
You know, so the way I said in the prejudging, top 3 guys were really top 3 guys.
Yeah.
And then Raleigh is still Raleigh, right? So standing next to Hassan. Hassan was giving the argument to beat Raleigh, you know, even after prejudging. We maybe, you know, like everybody else, Raleigh cannot go sit down that far.
Yeah.
Daniel James actually called it. He says he's Raleigh going as low as 5th.
Yeah.
Hassan, what to say? I've seen him 5 times now.
Yep.
It's just like, oh my God, so much muscle, so much dense striations, you know, chest, shoulders, arms, everything else, crazy back, crazy legs, a little bit narrow, you know, a little bit narrow that can be corrected by, you know, trying to, you know, create the illusion of a smaller waist.
Do you think he can bring that midsection in?
You know.
I mean, this is his bone structure.
Listen, I'll tell you this, Jay Cutler didn't need to bring the waist down, he just made his shoulders bigger.
Right.
You know, so
Jay's clavicles were this wide.
It is, yeah, that's true. But Hassan just needs to really get depleted into the show. What else to say? Because I don't know how many things they tried so far. He's already too big. You know, he's too thick. So I would really, suggest he comes empty to the show. Yeah. You know.
He's so full and big that if he was totally flat, he would still look awesome. Especially if he could really dry out and get some detail going.
Because just the way he moves, you can see like lateralis of the part of medialis. It's like so much beef.
It's like he almost can't walk. Yeah. His legs are so damn big.
Even backstage, I mean, I had the privilege to be backstage and see them, and when they pump out, it's like, whoa. And I've seen everybody from 91 Olympia with Lee Haney all the way to 99 Olympia when I competed with Ronnie with almost his best 99. Sure. He was a monster. He's that big. I mean, Hassan is really at that level.
He's got as much mass as like Ronnie or Nasser, Rule. Carries it. But his condition. Just I want some condition, more condition.
Yeah. So Brett really brought crazy conditioning, especially from the back. This is where he really made a difference. The striated glutes and hamstrings, sharp back, the lats going all the way down. What I would like to see for Brett is improve the arms. He needs a little bit bigger arms at that level, because Hunter and Max. Hunter and Max, had a dramatically bigger arms in front of biceps. If you focus on that, you could see it. But what a debut! Oh my God! And
this guy we're talking about, Brett Wilkin. He turned pro in classic physique a few years ago. Then he took a little time off, came back as a 212. Then he took 2 more years off and came back with 30 more pounds. So what an amazing transformation!
Amazing. He's a great looking, very approachable, he's very marketable, and has that symmetry proportion. Oh my God. And now he's really putting some mass. But I would still say that if he was a little bit bigger, standing next to Hunter and Max, that he could have actually give the reason for judges to get to the victory. He was still a little bit smaller than them, which is apparent.
So I think, he fills out that upper body, maybe another 8-10 pounds eventually. I see him winning shows very soon.
Absolutely. He has everything.
At a weaker show. This was a great lineup.
It was a great
There's been some shows I've seen that he would have won already, looking the way he did today.
So I don't know if he plans to compete in the Tampa and all this stuff will continue this year to qualify, or he's just going to take some more time off and come back next year even bigger, better. He is somebody to look for, that's for sure.
He's definitely the talk of the show. Definitely, everyone was talking about him because nobody really expected him to do as well as he did. I don't think, especially with the lineup. These guys, we're talking about Max and Hunter and Hassan and Shaban and Rolly Winkler. I expected a lot of people expected all those people to beat him.
Actually, for me, watching his Instagram improvements and each and every pose, how competitive he is, I had idea that he can really mess people up and be in top 3 easily. You see, he could have actually even won the show and nobody would be complaining.
Yeah. Well, Giles Tiger Thomas over in the UK, That was his dark horse to win the show. You almost got it, mate. So good call, Giles. Well, with that, we're going to wrap it up from here where are we, Atlanta? Atlanta for the 2021 Chicago Pro. MuscularDevelopment.com's coverage brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. Thank you so much, Milos, Sarcev, the mind.
Always a pleasure.
Always great commentary and insights from one of the true veterans of this game. He's probably seen about 10,000 contests at this point. So
Competed in 1,000. Yeah.
77?
72 pros, but 110 total.
Woof, that's a lot. So that'll wrap it up, guys. Check out the rest of the website, musculardevelopment.com. We had a play-by-play thread with tons of photos. We have a contest gallery with tons of great pictures by Hector Mendoza. Yeah, your name is Hector. You forgot your name? Plenty of interviews on this channel. Good stuff, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next one. Woo, it's over.